hair being braided in a bun and then just brushing it out right now. Hey, can you help me with this email? We have
Elise!
More important. I'm glad I have you to do things for me.
Hey team. Hey guys.
Hey!
I'm sorry.
Guys, that's my thing.
I posted on my community tab a few days ago asking like what kind of questions you had for Elise and I, because we're going to do a Q&A. So that's today's video.
I feel like I'm sucking in my cheekbones like Slavic in any photos we take. Every photo ever, his cheekbones are like out. And I don't know if he's sucking in his cheeks to do that. during the Nutcracker test party, like he was in some of the photos. His cheekbones were like out. Was he like... But like, I swear he was doing that.
So the first question is, are you planning on going to uni? So yes.
Yes, both of us.
Yeah. So where are you going?
I'm going to BYU.
What are you studying?
I'm studying exercise science.
I'm going to U of A in Tucson, and I'm majoring in dance. So yeah.
Neon.
Okay.
That's an Elise original. No, I stole it from my friend Emery. Hey, this goes out to Emery. I love you. She's so funny. I love her so much.
This is you switching subjects every 5 seconds. How do you balance all of your activities with ballet?
Me personally, my only activities are school and ballet. So,
I feel like at every like Sunday or like whenever there's a rest day, I think about how I structure each day. So I do online school. So if I like look at my school for the week, so I decide which days I have to do what.
Sorry, I'm laughing.
I hate you. Why do you hate me?
I don't hate you. You're just funny. Anything.
I mean, online school, it's difficult.
Yeah. You're doing like AP classes, aren't you?
That was last year. Dancing full-time at Masters and taking 2 AP classes in all honors. This year, because I'm a senior and I already have all my credits, I'm only doing honors classes and I only have 4 classes.
That's, me too. Nice.
When did you start dancing at Masters?
I was like 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started dancing at Masters when I was 15.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I moved here in 2022. But I came for my first summer intensive in 2021. Who's your favorite ballet dancer?
My favorite ballet dancer? Okay, from the US, Skylar Brand.
Okay.
And then Nella Nunez.
I love Diana Vishneva. But like, I've watched so many of her Sleeping Beauty. She's so good. How long have you guys been at Master Ballet Academy?
I think this is like year 6.
Year 6?
Yeah. Dude,
really?
You know what's so weird? I forget about this. I didn't dance for a year. When I was 13. Like, this is before you were here.
I've been at Masters. I've been at Masters for almost 2 years. That's crazy. I've improved a lot in just 2 years.
You really have.
Yeah.
People that come to NBA, when they're older, they improve so much.
In
like
their,
Tyler, Jake, Sophia.
Oh, yeah. Are you guys planning to become professionals?
I'm not. I'm dancing for funsies. College, and I have like a dance scholarship.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna dance for fun because I love it. But
Yeah, I plan on becoming a professional dancer. So I want to do 4 years of college, get a degree in dance, and like learn some other stuff as well. And then after I'm out of college, then I'll be like older, more mature, and then companies will maybe want me.
So immature right now.
What was your first YGP variation?
Paquita 4.
My first YGP variations were Gamzati and Giselle. It was in 2021.
Really?
And so that was my first year doing YGP, and then I moved here. Once a month, I did a private online with Swapman.
Private, like through Zoom?
Yeah.
Gross. I hate Zoom.
Okay. What is the most turns you've ever done?
5. There was one time on flat that I might have done 6, but I don't know, and it was probably 5 anyway.
I've done 16.
Actually, you know what? Whenever I go, Alicia help me with pirouettes and then do like a perfect 3 or perfect 4.
She'll struggle with pirouettes, and like I'll see it from like far away. She'll run up, and I'll look, and then she'll do like perfect pirouettes. I'm like, Any advice for aspiring dancers?
You got this one.
Okay, I would say remembering why you're there and why you love it, because as long as you have personal incentive, you can kind of really do anything. All right, other hobbies. I do piano. I've played piano since I was 5.
Yippee!
My mom's from China and she studied at the Beijing Conservatory.
Wait. There's something I wanted to say and then I really forgot, but I really want to remember before we move on because I know I'm not going to remember it. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Guys, my hobby's church.
Does everyone who attends Level 7 MBA expect to have a career in dance, or can you attend purely as a hobby?
Most people, if you're at that level, they're trying to get into a company, but like obviously me, I just dance as a hobby.
Yeah, a lot of people, it just depends on the situation.
Depends on my mood,
yeah. So it's not expected of you, it's dancer's choice.
Yeah.
What is your schedule like? How do these ballet classes work? Private ones, for example. Is it extra or is it included in the price? So privates are extra, and some people choose to get more or less depending on like what you're doing that year and where in the year you are. So like typically around competition season, like right before YGP, you might get more privates, but like further away from competitions, you might get less. I get privates every other week. One partnering private, one regular private. The week of YGP, I remember in the same day, I had a partnering private straight into a private with Miss Irena. Mondays, we have pre-pro, and then we have ballet/variations with Suavemere, and then we have contemporary. And then on Tuesdays, we have ballet with Suavic, partnering with Suavemere, floor bar with Miss Raisa, and I usually skip that class because I have... and it's because I usually have a private before, so I'm really tired. No, and then after floor bar.
Character with Pasha!
Character!
Best class of the week.
Pasha.
Character lights up my
Love
week.
you, Pasha. Wednesday, we have pre-pro with Suavic, variations with Suavemere,
Again.
ballroom,
And jazz with Ariana.
jazz with Aubriana Rivaduya. Thursday, we have ballet with Miss Irena, point with Miss Irena,
And then flamenco.
flamenco. I don't take flamenco, I take adult ballet class on point. Fridays, we have pre-pro with Michael. Pre-pro with Michael, and then depending on where we are, like in the year, rehearsals. And then on Saturdays, we have
Class with Slavic.
class with Suavic, stretch and strength, and then depending on the year, rehearsals.
And then at this time of year, because we have rehearsals, Sunday rehearsals. That should be the thumbnail of me going...
How did they decide roles for Nutcracker? I've always wondered since everyone seems to change roles each show.
Well, we have an audition where we kind of just do like different parts of the show so they can see who does what.
Who's ready to like step up for what?
Yeah.
And like do the specific choreography.
Yeah, and sometimes like the audition like helps them see like, oh, like I didn't realize you could do that.
Yeah, so we have the audition first and then we get assigned roles, but it's always like we're always reminded that the cast list is never final. Suavemere is always like very, very open to giving opportunities. So if you want to do a role, all you have to do is know it and ask to do it like in rehearsal once.
He appreciates that, like he appreciates people that are ambitious.
Spanish. Me, Audrey, and Chloe were the only ones actually casted, and Channing and Ava Heels were the understudies. But Megan and Alexiane really, really, really wanted to do it. Yeah. They continuously showed it to them, and they both got 2 shows. After all of the rehearsals and after like Miss Irena kind of sees everything, Miss Irena personally goes in, schedules each show. It's usually a set of like 4 or 5 different shows with interchanging parts. Casts, yeah, it's a lot of work to kind of make a master list with who's doing what and making sure that nobody's double casted for parts.
Yeah, and there's like no conflicts with quick changes.
And then it gets published, and then if there's problems, like students go to Miss Irena, tell her what's up, and then after like a week of like hearing people's like feedback on stuff, she goes back again and fixes some stuff. By the time we're in Tech Week, we have like this like 45-page list of every single show and who's doing what in each show. Have you ever had a bad fall or costume failure on stage? YGP Phoenix this year, I was doing that step over turn from Diana and I had overcrossed my supporting leg and I wasn't spotting, and what happened was because I overcrossed it, I wasn't able to pick up the passe to do the pirouette. I had fallen out of it.
2 years ago I did like a piquita and it was like a step over arabesque, and I literally put my foot down for 2 of them because I don't know, I freak out on stage. I can't turn on stage.
The other fall I had was at New York City finals when I fell out of my flettes. That was so disappointing for me because like all year I was practicing like amazing double flettes every single time.
Like you got really consistent with them.
Yeah, I got so good at them, and then like right
travels.
when it mattered, like it just
Yeah, at least you did really good in Phoenix though.
I did really well in Phoenix. Yeah.
I don't know why, but my foot like gave out and I couldn't get to point.
She was literally doing foot days on demi point
because I couldn't get up onto my foot, and I was like, but no, Mr. One was like, "Is your foot okay? Like, what happened?" I was like, "I don't even know. Like, I just couldn't get on my foot."
Is it harder to turn on flat or point? I love turning on point. It's so much easier because it's a smaller platform. You get so much more force.
Yeah, if you're on your balance, you can turn more on point. But I like feel more comfortable on flat because like I'm always scared of slipping and falling on point. I'm like scared of pirouettes and I don't know why.
I remember I have been dancing on point, like consistently taken every single class on point for like probably 3 or 4 months now.
Yeah.
And I remember like after like 2 months, I took my first class on flat and turning was a disaster.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I was doing like triples, like whatever. And I also like didn't even like really care like how many pirouettes, like I was like, I don't care how many pirouettes I do on flat.
Yeah, because it's not like you're gonna be doing that nonsense.
Yeah, so I was like, whatever. But I think it's easier to turn on point. What is your favorite costume you've ever worn?
My Potasclav one that I did with Dalen, that was really pretty. I really liked how that looked.
Do you have a second favorite?
Hopak!
I think my favorite costume would be my Raymonda from this year. I loved it.
It was gorgeous. It looks so good in that color.
How long have you and Elise known each other, and how did you meet?
So back when Alicia first started, like the summer intensive, we did like the summer intensive shows. And there was one dressing room that was completely full. So I was like, okay. So I walked into the next one. It's just Alicia. We weren't really friends.
I did not know you at all.
I knew you were friends with Audrey and Jackson.
I really didn't know her at all. So I was just like, we were both
really?
in the front, and I was here, and there was a space, and then it was you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I just remember, all I remember from this was just us being the like only 2 people there. And then when I left, you're like, oh, thanks for sharing this with me. And I was like, oh. That's
and
all
the thing
I remember.
Is, it's like we weren't even in the same level either, so I didn't even like really know who she was through that.
I
And then
didn't
the year after is the year that I moved here.
Yeah, and then we became friends.
Because I was friends with Sawyer and you were friends with Sawyer, and then we got kind of like linked through that. So that's how we technically met in 2021 at Summer Intensive. Mm-hmm. But then we became friends in 2022 Summer Intensive.
Yeah. We just been besties ever since.
Why did you choose Master Ballet Academy?
Okay, so 2015, my parents saw like the video on Fox News about Giselle Buffet, and they're like, we kind of lived in the same area.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my gosh, like MBA is like not that far. So we went there for like one summer intensive. Got to meet Giselle, sweetest person ever. Aww. I love her so much. She's my role model, like as a person and as a dancer.
So I'm originally from Reno, Nevada. I went to a pretty small studio. One teacher, Chris Wakinza, and he's Polish. He's known Miss Irena and Swabmir. At the time, Jackson still lived in Reno, and that's how I first met him, was Jackson and I both lived in Reno. Chris sent Jackson to the summer intensive, and then COVID hit. I did Jackson had already moved here. I was doing the Zoom classes with Masters, because there's like 35 for a Zoom class, and I'm like, oh, I get to like learn some stuff, and I was like, wow, I really like these classes. And then the year after, 2021, I came here for summer intensive, and my first day I was put into like the Studio C level, so that's like kind of the equivalent to like level 5. I was 14, and then after the first day, I came in the second day, and Miss Irena walked into Studio C, and she was like, Alicia? Because she didn't even really know who I was. And she was like, come with me. And I got moved up to what is the equivalent of level 6 at the time, after the first day. And then that day, I got introduced to Swabomir. And he saw me dance a little bit, and he asked me, Alicia, why aren't you staying for 6 weeks? I'm like, oh, it's like I'm 14. My parents like aren't like really sure if they want me here for that long, and it's like a little bit pricey like for housing and like tuition. And he was like, okay, I'll give you 50% scholarship for summer intensive. And my grandparents helped me pay for the housing, and I got the 50% scholarship for the summer intensive, and I got to stay for the whole 6 weeks. And I remember the day that I had to go home, I cried for hours. I was so sad. And then for the entire year, I was giving my parents every single reason why it would be so great to come to Master Ballet Academy, because I was in love with the training. I loved all the teachers, and I loved the way that they taught.
Yeah.
And eventually, I was able to convince my parents. Yippee! So now I'm here. Yippee! Who's your favorite partner?
I'm scared to go with like any of our teachers. Like, I will not go with Slavic, Michael, and Pasha because I don't want them to hate me. But I used to go with MJ for the longest time, but I've been going with Jake more. Okay. I would try to go with Tyler, but like sometimes when I try and go with people, someone's like, "You're short, go with MJ." Okay. And then you hog Tyler.
My favorite partner is Tyler Cohen. Tila! Other than Tyler, I would say either Slavik or Michael. I don't typically go with Slavik too much because
I was gonna say I've never seen you with him.
Like literally just this past week, I partnered with him a lot.
Because Tyler wasn't there.
Yeah, Tyler was sick. I love it when Tessa goes with Nicholas. It's so funny.
Yeah.
What point shoes do you guys wear?
Nikolai.
We both wear Nikolai Katias.
So
I
good.
love my Katias. They're the ones with like the suede tip, and then I darn them and they help me turn.
She's so good at darning.
I'm so
It's
good
a
at
talent.
darning.
It's a talent, for sure.
I darn Melanie's shoes. I darn the shoes that did 20 pirouettes, everybody. What has been the hardest part of being a ballet dancer?
Mentally, it's challenging sometimes.
It's really hard to go day by day and like think to myself, like, am I improving, am I not? Is what I'm doing, is what I do, like, does it matter? Like, that's what, like, the biggest barrier I have to, like, overcome, like, every day. Like, thinking, like, some days I, like, don't feel productive, and then I feel, like, really bad about myself. And then I think, well, no, like, every day that I come here and do what I do, I'm getting better.
Yeah, it's about consistency.
Yeah.
Body image is a huge thing, especially when the mirrors are all wonky.
Okay, the mirrors at
so
MBA are so bad.
God.
Opinions on adult ballet dancers. Is it too late to start ballet? It's never too late to start ballet.
Yeah.
But as like an adult dancer, you have to think to yourself, what is my goal in doing this? Like, if as an adult, like speaking like maybe like 17, 18 up, like, do I want to become a professional ballet dancer? It will take so much work.
Yeah.
It's fun. And it's like some exercise that you can get in.
Yeah.
But like pursuing a professional career
That's a lot harder
after your body has kind of basically like developed.
Yeah. I think the best time to start is like preteens.
Preteens.
Because you don't need to start when you're 3.
I started
really
when
don't.
I was 3, but you don't need to. Like Miss Irena started when she was 13.
Yeah.
How many times a week do you have lessons? We have classes every single day except for Sundays. What is your favorite thing about dancing at MBA? I think being around people that share the same interest. Wow, all these people love the same thing that I do.
Yeah.
And also the teachers. I love the teachers.
The teachers are really funny. It's
I
a
love
really
my
good
teachers.
environment, I think.
Yeah.
And I just think like we just have like good like shows and stuff, and it's just like
We always have
very
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we obviously like do the work. We work hard, but like it's so much fun in the end. How tall are you?
Everyone's like taller than me, so I don't. Guys, I'm 4'11", 5'1.5". Dude, I say I'm 5'2", but like when I go to the doctors, they're like, "You're 5'1.5".
5'7".
I don't know.
And that is all of our questions.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Bye, team.
Thank you for watching. If you guys have more questions, leave them in the comments and I'll probably answer.